Hello guys, WildTracker here and welcome to another episode. Today we're on the WildCraft server. So you'll probably guess I'm stood on a tower, which means I'm probably above my mob farm, and you'll be right. But I've been doing a little bit of work, as you can see below. Yeah, so I kind of got thinking about this in terms of what to do and with this sort of when I'm AFKing over here, and I kind of got thinking that really if I'm AFKing over here, and there's my little place that I was AFKing over there, I've built a portal to it, and you can hear the mobs in there, so they're whirring away. So we had that AFK area there, but really if I'm AFKing, I ought to be having other farms going as well at the same time. That would make more sense to actually have a load of farms within the vicinity of this that are also then working. So that kind of got me thinking, well, how am I going to do this? And yeah, so I started building what is basically, I think they call it a torus. So essentially we're going to build a platform going all the way around. We've done a semicircle so far, we've got the other side to do, and then I'm going to build it up like this. So it's going to build up, and height wise it's going to go all the way that height, so it's going to be several floors. So this is just really a lower area, and then we'll probably put a floor across at some point, and then we can have upper floors, lower floors, and then we can just basically build some farms in here. So in here, for example, we could have a sugarcane farm, making sugar canes, or a pumpkin farm, or even an iron golem farm or something like that fitting in underneath here, or something along those lines. So as you can see, we've kind of done this bit round, and all I'm really doing is the floor element of it at the moment. And I've worked it out because if we look over here, this area here, this glass and this tower, that's my sort of point of AFK. In other words, if I go any further that direction, these stop spawning. So, or some of them stop spawning because you're too close. So you've got to be between those 28 or so blocks, something like that. So that's around about 32 blocks away from there, I believe. And so then you can go 100 blocks in that direction. So that's okay. So it means that the portal up there will probably bring down, but it means we're in the range of that portal. So wherever we go in this base, we should be within AFK range. Now I'm not quite sure how it works on the semicircles. The semicircles could be, he's gone. The semicircles could be a bit of an issue, because if it works on a square, whilst I'm on here, I might take away some of the spawning points over there. So I'm not quite sure on that. So what we'll make sure is whenever we're AFK anywhere, we'll be AFK on the level bits. So here, for example, we've got 15 slabs from there all the way to here, so that's 15 slabs. So we'll make sure if we're AFK, we're around these areas somewhere, either on the sort of northeast, southwest areas of it. And what I'm going to do as well, let's just take you down back into here, and the farm's working quite nicely now. I think we're up to about, on average, 40-50 entities any one time, because I've been down into the mines because I've wanted loads and loads of this polished andesite. So I've been mining that, and while I've been mining that, this has been working away. Let's see if there's anything in there. So this is all the general stuff we've got. Quite a bit of redstone there now. The gunpowder's building up, that's building up, and the useless stuff is building up as well. But that's pretty good. So I'm quite happy with that. That's working well. Let's just take you in the nether, because one of the things I want to do today is, first of all, get that floor finished. But secondly is to get this working, because if we think that that portal takes you up to the top, so on one of the sides, so this is the center portal, it takes us to our little collection area. So in theory, I mean, that's only what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. So in theory I should build a portal 8 blocks this way, 8 blocks that way, and 8 blocks this way, and then I'll take all this nether out, and we'll have ourselves a little mini hub, which means I can dash across to the other side really quickly, because it's only literally 16-17 blocks as opposed to trying to run all the way around the outside. So we'll set ourselves a little mini hub up. And I was kind of thinking, because this goes back towards our main nether hub. But actually, if I keep going in this direction, I will meet the path that I made going across to my Guardian farm that I'm making over there. So that'll be quite good. And likewise, if I then dig in that direction, I will probably come across the path for the Mesa biome. So, and I believe the ice spikes is over in that direction as well. So yeah, this is going to make a nice little nether hub. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Once I've put the top area down, just make this do a nether hub, put the portals up, and then at least that way I can be, you know, sort of getting those ready for making it easy for getting across, and then we can just sort of easily go and grab any bits we need from the bottom, come back up, do bits, and also dash from side to side if we need to as well. So yeah, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to get those two connected now, taking it all the way around the other side, and then we'll get the portals done. So I'll come back when we've made a bit more progress on this. So guys, I've just nipped over to spawn because I wanted to grab the map so I could go and put the base on the map, so to speak. So we're in the middle, to slightly to the right. There's like an area you can see there next to a little island. I'm going to take that island down. In fact, it might be slightly south of that, so I'm going to get rid of those islands probably. But I just thought I'd show you this as while we're here as well. This is something I don't think I've shown you, but this is my new map room. So I took the maps from inside here and made a dedicated map room for it. So let me know what you think of this. I just wanted to make a very simple design to put there, and we can have a complete room for the maps, which I think is quite nice. Very sort of outdoory with the leaves and everything else. I kind of respect the fact that it's exploring. So, and as you can see here, I've fully extended the map of spawn. It was 4x4 or 2x2 before. It's now 4x4, so there's actually 4 maps at level 2, which actually then not only just show us spawned, but showing all the surrounding areas as well, which is quite good. So that's done, and then I've done a little bit more on this side. As you can see, I've kind of explored around the edges of there and the edges of this one. So I'm going to be doing some more exploring, and then it's this one here is where we're based. We're based about here, I think, but we shall find out when we get to the other end and I open the map, and we shall see how it looks on the map there. So let's head back over there. So finished the mini nether hub, as you can see here. I've got the portal set up. So this is the existing portal, and this was the existing portal as well. So this one here is taking me to the lower section in the middle, and then this was taking me to the upper section of the ring. So they're in place, and what I've done is I've worked out where these other ones should be, and as you can see, they're not quite in the center, because if you remember, the center of the mob farm is where all the mobs drop and where all the portals are centered from, and that's not where the portal is at the top, because it's slightly off of that one. So yeah, all the portals are basically centered off the center of the mob farm, because that's where the ring is centered. So that's how that goes, and I've done this designer floor, so let me know what you think. I think it's quite nice with the lanterns in there, and I've used the half slabs and the andesite, polished andesite, so I think that looks quite good. So what I'm going to do is I've already taken the measurements basically of this center part here, and taken the coordinates, and then multiplied those coordinates by 8, and that gives me the coordinates for where the portal should be placed over ground. But I'm not going to go through the portals. I'm going to go through the existing portal, which is this one, and light the other ones at the top. So basically I'm lighting the portals individually, because otherwise there's a risk I might spawn in the caves or something like that. So yeah, so basically I've set these up now. I should already have, I think, already done that one there. Yeah, so I'm going to move this one down as well, because I don't want this portal up this high, and again, even the ones down below, I'm probably actually going to move them. I don't necessarily want to keep them where they are. I'm going to move them so that they're at a more optimal height, shall we say, but until we actually get the whole construction done, we don't really know what the height is. So in fact, I'll leave that. I'll come back and do that in a second. So let's just jump down. Here we go. So we're going to light these portals. Now this one, should take me back to where I was a second ago, so let's just go and check that. And that's the one with the stairs behind, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Yeah, so there we go. So I've come back into the same portal. Let's go back at the top. Okay. And then we're going to go around and light these other portals. And this should then just give us 4 ways up to the top here, which will be quite good. Once we've got everything built up here, it'll be very handy to actually have these. And we've got a little bit of spawning going on up here, so let's get rid of that creeper. And yeah, there's a couple of torches missing, so we need to make sure this is lit up at the top here as well, just to be sure. Yeah, they're missing on the inside here, as you can see. It's a little bit dark. There we go, that's better. That was the ones I was finished off of. I didn't actually do it, so that one's lit. Let's go and light this one. In fact, what we'll do is once we go in, we'll go in this one and see if it does take us into the right place, which it should do. So this should bring me out opposite the one that had the stairs on, basically. Yep, so if we go across this other side, that's the one we were in before, that's the other one we just lit, and then we'll go and light the final one, so I'm going to go and do that. Well, all those portals are set up, and my nether hub is set up and working, and I've just made a little workstation up here because I think going back down to the bottom is going to be a bit of a pain all the time. So yeah, I've set that up here, and I'm just going to leave these bits in place for now in case I need to get across to the centre. But what I thought I'd do, just for a little bit of a change, I've got a few rails here handy because I was actually looking at the achievements, and one of the achievements I still haven't got. There's 2 in fact. Let's just go to them. So when we look at the achievements, there's 2 actually I haven't got. One is the Adventure Time, discover all biomes, which I understand is pretty difficult these days because there's so many biomes. But the one that we can do is on a rail, which is basically travel 1,000 blocks on a rail, and that means we've got everything but that. So what I figured was, this is a good position. It was something I was thinking about, is this is where we are at, and if we look in this direction here where I've got this beginning of a rail track set up, it goes straight over to the Mesa biome. So I thought, well, maybe we'll just have a rail track going over to our hut over there. I'm not quite sure it's 1,000 kilometers, so I think we're probably going to have to extend it even further. But hopefully I've got enough tracks, and I've got some more in my ender chest as well, so hopefully we've got enough to get ourselves across. And basically what I'm going to do is, if I can get these things set up how I want them, so I'm going to use rails. In fact, I don't need the signs, because the signs is purely there because I was going to put some signs around the area here. So we'll put the map away for now. Don't need that. We will need a torch. We've got torches there. We'll need some redstone. We've got our half slabs. We need our rails, and we need our powered rails as well. So that's what we're going to have there. We'll get food when we need it. So hopefully I've got all the things I need. If not, I'm going to have to walk back. And there's going to be a simple way of doing it. So this one here is going to have a torch one side and a redstone the other side, and that is going to be a powered rail. So that's not going to work, so the redstone needs to go on the top, does it? Yeah, I guess the other way of doing it would be to put switches down the side. I think I might do that because it's going to take less blocks, I think, although we could actually keep this as a double. Oops, bit of lag there. Okay, a little bit of lag there, but sorted out. Yeah, so we could probably end up using a lot more of these bits and pieces, but we could do that, and we might just get ourselves a few more blocks if that's the case, and then I'm going to go out 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to do this whole block thing again, which hopefully will be enough to power rail us continually, and also to keep the mobs off the track, because the new thing about the mobs is they can spawn on these types of blocks, which is a sort of I guess invisible blocks, aren't they, really? But they're or transparent. So yeah, mobs can spawn on them now, I understand, certainly in the current version. So yeah, we need to make sure. So I think that's probably enough to keep them off, and it's probably enough to keep us traveling along. So have we got any more blocks in here? Yeah, so I'm going to take a couple more of those and get on with it. So I'm going to go and lay that track, and hopefully, if any problems, I'll come back. If not, I should see you the other end. Okay guys, so we are ready for this. I think I've got everything laid out as it should be. So it just leaves me to get in, press a button. Let's go to F5 mode. And we are off on our journey. So yeah, it's taken me a little while to build this track. I did run out a couple of torches at the end, but thankfully it's not night time, so we're okay for that. Chunks aren't loading very well, but hopefully we'll be over the Mesa biome shortly. I had to go slightly further than I wanted to, purely because well, it wasn't quite 1,000 blocks to where I needed to go, so very slow loading the chunks down there. What's that down there? You see all sorts of interesting things from up here. So there's the Mesa biome, and so over in this sort of direction I think is the where we built the sort of the hut and everything over there for the Mesa biome. So we're going to go past that, and we've kind of we'll go past the bit of lag there. Go past the point of 1,000 blocks early on, but and then we're going to go to our own little sort of station that I've built down at the Mesa. So it extends a lot further. So I've used far more tracks than I was planning on using, but hey. So yeah, just over on the right there, you can see that large area is where we actually have been mining out the Mesa. There's some really cool terrain on here. It does look really good. Can't wait to get a beacon over here and start destroying it. None of this keep the Mesa biome nice and tidy. It's there to be mined. It's there to be quarried. And thankfully I didn't actually die when I went over this, which was quite surprising. I did fall off once, landed on the ground, and literally had half a heart. So thanks for feather falling. So yeah, as you can see, we've gone right past where we wanted to be, but we should be getting that achievement anytime soon. Yay! There we go! Woohoo! We are on a rail. Oh yeah! Woohoo! Such an easy achievement, but an achievement that takes a lot of resources. So yeah, that's, I'm glad I've done that. And I think what I'm going to do, whoa, change out of that. What I'm going to do is actually charge people for using my rail track. I'm going to have a rail transport fee for going on Trekkers Transport. It's only going to cost them a couple of diamonds, and they get unlimited use of my rail track per person, of course. So I think I'm going to be building a little shop, probably in the shape of a minecart over at spawn, inviting them to come over and deposit 2 diamonds to have lifetime access to it. So I think that's a fair price. So I'll see you back over at the base. So guys, I'm back here at the mob farm. And I've done a little bit of work off camera, as you can see here. I've basically built up this side because I wanted to get a feel for how big this is going to be. So if you can imagine, this is curving up this way, it's going to curve up that way, and when we get to the blue glass, in fact the layer below the blue glass is the layer that gets repeated. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the 6th layer. And if you can imagine, on the top, those 6 layers will then do the sort of curve back over the top again. So it's yeah, it's going to make that sort of torus space station type shape. And you can see over here, I've kind of completed that. Again, I just wanted to get a feel for size, and as you can see on here, we actually got quite a lot of room to play around with. So we've managed to fit on 1, 2 floors there, and in reality we could actually fit 3. So we've got this kind of
basement utilities area, as I call it. So this might be where redstone will go for certain projects, but it won't be the main way through as such. We then got this area, which is kind of sort of sitting in the middle. And again, this might be where the actual farms go. Depending on what space we need, we can actually take, not have that roof, or have a sort of a walkway going along with a middle bit missing. So it just depends on the project we're going to have. And then the top area, as we've got it up here, I've kind of decked this out as a nice sort of, well, this I've kind of done as a portal area, and I've kind of gone for the nature look and feel to it. So use these sea lanterns in the floor, got some grass going up here. So yeah, we might kind of do, and I was thinking actually we could actually do a different biome. So we could have a snowy biome, we could have perhaps a mesa biome, and then maybe even a desert. So or something completely different. So I figured we might have a different theme for each portal, and that gives a portal area, because this kind of goes to here before it then starts curving round, and so that's equally going to go in that direction as well, in the same way. So with the portal really in the middle, as you can see here, the center of the portal's in the middle. So yeah, it makes a kind of a nice landing stage here really. So let me know what you guys think of that, and if you've got any ideas, do let me have it. So what I might do is, it's going to take quite a long time to actually get the whole of this finished and built, but I might do this sort of quarter going around there and maybe extend it that way a little bit. And then we can start putting some of the automation in here, some of the farms that I want to produce whilst we're here AFKing with the mobs. And yeah, we've got to get a load more of this stone, because that's what I seem to be going through. Let me know what you think about this design as well, because I've used blue glass here. I've used both quartz and snow, just to see how they look really, and I think they look quite good from a distance, which is, I think, important, because when this stands out, if you do see it from a distance or from the other side, it's important how it's going to stand out. So I don't know if quartz is better than snow, or snow is better than quartz, or what. And the other thing is, should we have one of those also at the top, sort of edging that off, and even possibly at the bottom? So we've got this normal stone, and then we kind of have something edging it off there. Maybe we have something different edging it off, maybe some kind of wood. Might be quite good going along there. So I might try out a few things, but if you guys got some suggestions as well, then do let me know. But yeah, it's starting to come along here now, which is really good. And we've had our first person come along and use our track for just 2 diamonds. An absolute bargain to get the achievement. But warning for those players on here, don't go on the track without asking first, because you might find a surprise along there. Yes, just as a bit of fun. So yeah. Okay, so I think we'll probably call that an end of an episode there. I think we've done plenty enough there. I've got my little workstation here. We'll probably end up bringing more stuff up here, and we need to have a chest area somewhere. So again, that might be, if we extend the floor out, we could probably have a chest room here with everything on. There's certainly lots of room to be placing stuff. And we could probably do it different styles, because although that's going that way, we could probably have them facing them in here, and then double chest facing that way on these kind of ones, and in again. And yeah, so we'll probably play around with chests, and the same on that side. So it gives us plenty of room, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, so it's empty below, so we've got to have that because that's the shape underneath, but it gives lots of room for storage, so which is where I'll probably start things off. So yeah, that's really good. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that episode. Do leave a comment down below if you have. Do love reading any comments there, and I will always reply to them if I can. So yeah, and give me your feedback as well. Love to hear what you think. Tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you have a suggestion? Would you like to join the server? Would you like to come and play on WildCraft? Okay, any of those questions, let me know. And we'll see you again soon here for another episode on the WildCraft server. My name's WildTracker. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Ugh.